with intellectual and developmental disabilities and Arizona PBS. Learn more at azpbs.org/disabilities. Support comes from Citizens Clean Elections Commission, your source for unbiased voter information. Watch an upcoming debate and vote informed this election. Visit azcleanelections.gov/debates for dates and ways to...
From the Cronkite Studios in downtown Phoenix, this is Cronkite News.
President Trump nominates federal judge Brett Kavanaugh to the Supreme Court. The confirmation process is now set to begin, why the stakes have never been higher for both political parties.
Wind, rain, and dust. Tonight, Arizonans are picking up after a major monsoon storm.
Bright colors and impossible to ignore, why the city of Phoenix has installed rainbow-painted crosswalks.
Cronkite News starts now.
Good evening and welcome to Cronkite News on Arizona PBS. I'm Victoria Valenzuela.
And I'm Raneem Hamid. Thank you for joining us. For the second time in less than 2 years, President Trump has nominated a judge to sit on the nation's highest court.
Today, the president left for a trip to Europe to meet with top NATO allies. Before he departed, he praised Brett Kavanaugh.
Brett Kavanaugh has gotten rave reviews, actually from both sides. And I think it's going to be a beautiful thing to watch over the next month, but he has gotten rave reviews.
Kavanaugh is considered to be very conservative. Republicans need 50 votes in the Senate for confirmation. Today, Kavanaugh met with lawmakers on Capitol Hill. He was accompanied by former Arizona Senator Jon Kyl, who is serving as Sherpa, as well as Vice President Mike Pence. Tonight, the confirmation battle has begun. Will Brett Kavanaugh make it to the high court?
His confirmation hearing is expected in a matter of weeks. Pat Pobletti in our Washington bureau reports on how both sides are digging in for a fight.
The White House announced yesterday that former Arizona Senator Jon Kyl will serve as a Sherpa for Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh. The pair wasted no time getting to work, as Kyl guided Kavanaugh through his first meetings on Capitol Hill today. Kavanaugh, Kyl, and Vice President Mike Pence arrived at the Capitol this morning to begin their lobbying campaign, starting with GOP senators. The three first met with Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, who had earlier in the day praised Kavanaugh on the floor of the Senate.
Judge Kavanaugh possesses an impressive resume, an outstanding legal mind, and an exemplary judicial temperament. He's served 12 years on the nation's most consequential circuit court. During that tenure, he's proven to be one of the most thorough and thoughtful jurists in our country.
During that 12-year tenure on the D.C. Circuit Court of Appeals, Kavanaugh earned a reputation as being a conservative jurist, leading some to question his support for women's rights.
His views are outside the mainstream, and there's every reason to believe he would overturn Roe. While overturning Roe would set back women's freedoms and limit access to comprehensive health care, the reality is it will impact all Americans.
But one woman who clerked for Kavanaugh was quick to dismiss that notion.
I am a young mother of 3 children under 3, and I attribute my vibrant career to Judge Kavanaugh, and there are dozens of female lawyers who can say the exact same thing.
But the confirmation process is not expected to be a smooth one. Even as Kavanaugh and Kyl made the rounds today, Democratic senators were holding a news conference in opposition at the Supreme Court. In Washington, Pat Pobletti, Cronkite News.
Both Arizona senators released statements about the Supreme Court pick. Senator Jeff Flake says he looks forward to meeting with Judge Kavanaugh and reviewing his record. Meantime, Senator John McCain says President Trump has chosen a nominee with impeccable credentials and a strong record of upholding the Constitution.
Arizona Cardinals President Michael Bidwill helped write a letter in support of Brett Kavanaugh's nomination. It was sent to members of Congress. In part, the letter reads, "Brett has remained a man for others throughout his actions and not mere words. He has consistently demonstrated his dedication to the premise that the pursuit of helping people and not only a political objective fulfills the promise of human potential and governmental purpose." Bidwill was a high school classmate of Kavanaugh, and the two have been friends for over 3 decades.
Justice Anthony Kennedy prepares to retire from the court just weeks after taking part in rulings that caused national reaction. This was the court's first full term under President Trump. Reporter Emily Richardson attended the Anti-Defamation League Supreme Court review to learn how the decisions could affect civil rights in the years to come.
The Anti-Defamation League was joined by legal scholars to discuss decisions made during the Supreme Court's October 2017 term and President Trump's nomination to replace Kennedy.
It's a very important time in our history when we see what's happening in terms of the balance of the Supreme Court.
One way the Anti-Defamation League helps citizens stay up to date on Supreme Court decisions is by holding an annual review where legal experts discuss cases that impact things like immigration, voting rights, free speech, and privacy. Erwin Kamarinsky, Dean of Berkeley Law, believes the 2017 October term is the beginning of a new era. He believes this because the Supreme Court will have 5 judges who are openly conservative.
So I guess the bottom line is, if you're conservative, this is a time to celebrate. This is what conservatives have wanted to see with regard to the Supreme Court for a long time to come, and now it's upon us. And if you're liberal, maybe the best to hope for is that the Supreme Court will continue to take fewer and fewer cases.
This has been a long-standing movement of training a certain kind of intellectual, furthering a certain kind of career, and establishing a whole phalanx of people in a position to step up to do this. If people care deeply about these issues on a different side, they are going to have to do something about it.
The ADL said that 4 of the Supreme Court's decisions this term were contrary to their mission. And in regards to Brett Kavanaugh, they say they will be submitting questions for the Senate to ask him, just like they do with all nominees. In the Broadcast Center, Emily Richardson, Cronkite News.
Migrant children separated from their families are being transferred to ICE custody from the Department of Health and Human Services. Children were seen getting into vans at several locations in Phoenix. Today was the deadline for the Trump administration to reunite children under 5 with family members who were separated at the border. The government admitted that it would only be able to meet that deadline for just over half of the young children. On top of that, there are still thousands of children over the age of 5 for whom the path forward is not clear.
Video this past weekend of immigrant children in Phoenix has sparked some concern and outrage. The kids were being taken into vacant office buildings. Andrew Christensen explains how a Democrat hoping to be the next governor had some strong words about the situation.
I attended a press conference where Democratic candidate for governor Steve Farley and other Arizona representatives called for the closure of a migrant detention center that they say was illegally running. The Democrats advocated for more humane immigration policies from Arizona lawmakers and the Trump administration. Democratic candidate for governor and state senator Steve Farley began the press conference by calling for an end to housing undocumented children at a Phoenix office owned by MVM Incorporated.
It does not improve our security in any way. It purely separates family and sacrifices what I believe are the American values.
He went on to explain that he sent out a letter to the Director of Child Safety, but received no reply and called for the Department of Health to get involved as well.
No one, as far as I know, has been able to get inside, and haven't been until maybe inspections today from the city of Phoenix.
Senate Minority Leader Katie Hobbs claimed that a military contractor was illegally housing the children in the office.
Children are our most valuable resource and the best hope for our future. And we have a duty to protect them from danger.
Hobbs stated that this kind of treatment to children causes trauma that can cause irreparable damage.
I think we need to bring the full brunt of the government accountability here. We have the ability for the state to inspect and enforce, and that's not happening right now.
A Phoenix resident that lives next to the office took video of the undocumented immigrant children arriving at the facility. She took video the next day of more children arriving. MVM shared a statement on their website that said, "The current services MVM provides consist of transporting undocumented families and unaccompanied children to Department of Health and Human Services designated facilities. We have not and currently do not operate shelters or any other type of housing for minors."
I call on the leaders of this state, Governor Ducey in particular, to take swift action.
Some of the representatives, like Martin Casada, also called for the abolishment of the Immigration and Customs Enforcement, but did not offer alternative solutions to the organization. Andrew Christensen, Cronkite News.
Today, Secretary of Homeland Security Kirstjen Nielsen attended a roundtable discussion in Guatemala City. The meeting included officials from Guatemala, El Salvador, Honduras, and Mexico. They discussed the immigration policy that originally separated families at the border, as well as Central American security. It also served as a follow-up meeting to Vice President Pence's visit to Guatemala in June.
The government might have trouble reuniting families, but a private group wants to help with a $20 million fund that could make bond payments for thousands of detained parents. Danny Coble has more from our Washington bureau.
The Refugee and Immigrant Center for Education and Legal Services said today that they will use the money to reunite parents with their children. But Democratic lawmakers here today say they are still upset with what they see as the government's inaction. Angry Democrats asked how the Trump administration is going to reunite thousands of migrant family members if it couldn't even meet today's deadline for a fraction of that number.
If the government cannot reunite just these 102 children, it's inconceivable that they will reunite the nearly 2,900 by the end of the month as ordered by the court.
The news conference came as ICE and Department of Health and Human Services officials said in a call with reporters that the delay in reunification is because they have to put the children's safety first to make sure the kids are placed properly. But Arizona Congressman Raul Grijalva, who visited a migration center Friday, said it's past time to put those families back together.
That chaos has turned into a humanitarian crisis. It has turned to a great deal of suffering and agony on the part of children that I visited in Tucson.
One way to speed the process is the privately raised legal fund touted here today by Jennifer K. Falcon, a spokeswoman for Rice.
We are here today to post bonds. Millions of people across the world have donated over $20 million to RAICES, and their message is clear. There is zero tolerance for the separation of families.
Whatever happens, Democrats insist that it needs to happen soon, that the harm of keeping children and their parents separated is too great. Leaders want reunification to be their top priority.
This must be our #1 priority, no matter how complicated or how difficult.
Despite Schumer's insistence, administration officials said that they will continue to move carefully. Of the first 102 children they checked for reunification, they found 14 cases of people claiming to be parents but were not, or they were facing criminal charges. In Washington, Danny Coble, Cronkite News.
Representative David Schweikert's chief of staff has resigned. Oliver Schwab is stepping aside while he and the congressman are under an ethics committee investigation. There are reports that Schweikert's campaign paid Schwab above the limit allowed by campaign finance law. If you're driving down the street, it's something that will catch your eye.
A dash of color has been added to the city of Phoenix. Coming up on Cronkite News, permanent rainbow crosswalks are here to celebrate the LGBTQ community.
Plus, why police think a good therapist could be one with fur and 4 legs.
I'm Judy Woodruff, anchor and managing editor of the PBS NewsHour. The journalists of tomorrow face a fast-changing media landscape, but quality news remains vitally important to our communities, our country, and our world. At ASU's Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication, students learn solid, reliable reporting, holding the powerful accountable, and rebuilding the public's trust. The Cronkite School and Arizona PBS, preparing the next generation for a stronger future of journalism.
I'm Ted Simons, host and managing editor of Arizona Horizon. The 2018 election season has arrived. Join us for primary and general election debates. Right here, meet the candidates and hear their positions. Arizona Horizon, your source for what matters most this election season. Only on Arizona PBS.
A wedding invitation business is appealing an Arizona court ruling that upheld a Phoenix anti-discrimination law. The law makes it illegal for businesses to refuse services to same-sex couples. The Brush and Nib studio has asked the Arizona Supreme Court to review a Court of Appeals ruling. The ruling states the ordinance is constitutional and does not violate freedom of religion or speech.
Phoenix welcomed 2 colorful additions to its streets this week. Reporter Gabriela Becerra tells us what they mean to the city's LGBTQ community.
Phoenix is joining other major U.S. cities by adding rainbow crosswalks in recognition of the city's LGBTQ community. The Phoenix City Council approved the proposal back in April, and the sidewalks were painted this past Monday.
It really was a it's about time moment.
One of the rainbow-painted crosswalks is located at Central in Portland, across from Parsons Center for Health and Wellness and nonprofit 1 in 10. Director of Development at the nonprofit 1 in 10, Travis Shoemake, says the crosswalks are a wonderful asset to have right outside of the youth organization.
So when we finally found out it was happening, we went out with the big rainbow flag and waved it in the street where it was going to be.
The other crosswalk is located in the Melrose District at 7th and Glen Rosa, a popular area for LGBT residents. The rainbow crosswalks will also send messages to those who visit Phoenix.
When you speak of Phoenix and Arizona, you typically see that, a little bit more conservative feel, and I think this rainbow crosswalk, especially in its location adjacent to light rail, lets visitors from out of town know that they're a welcome and accepting state and city.
Former Phoenix Mayor Greg Stanton says Phoenix embraces diversity, and the crosswalks send that message to those who visit the city.
It seems like a little thing to put rainbow crosswalks, but in reality, it's a much broader message. Everyone is welcome in Phoenix, and this is one way to send that very positive message.
The money to paint the rainbow sidewalks comes from donations, not from the city's budget. Gabriela Becerra, Cronkite News.
Phoenix Mercury and Chelsea Clinton are teaming up. Clinton will be in Phoenix next month, attending a game and signing copies of her book. The New York Times bestselling book is titled She Persisted: 13 American Women Who Changed the World. The book is about 13 women who changed the course of history through their voice and activism. The game Clinton will attend is on August 7th. For the second day in a row, the monsoon slammed Arizona.
It started with a dust storm and ended with a damaging thunderstorm. Coming up on Cronkite News, making it out of a monsoon storm. Crews work to clean up the downed power lines and uprooted trees.
It's currently 95 degrees, and we may see some more rain throughout the day, so stay tuned for more information on that.
As journalists at Cronkite News, we report on stories that matter to you by focusing on the local impact. We dig deeper and work tirelessly to keep you informed.
Live in Wickerburg.
Live in Los Angeles. In Cleveland.
In Washington.
In Louisville.
From Jerusalem. Live in Philadelphia. From around the world to right here in Phoenix.
At Cronkite News, we report the facts and stick to the truth.
I'm Matt Berry, ESPN Sports Center anchor and graduate of ASU's Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication. With its bachelor's and master's degrees in sports journalism, the Cronkite School is preparing the next generation of sports journalists to tell stories that matter, stories that excite, inspire, and inform. Cronkite immerses students in covering sports at all levels in one of the country's top sports markets. It's this hands-on experience under the guidance of award-winning sports media veterans that shape the top journalists of tomorrow.
Millions of people die every year from drinking dirty water. I would never have felt I had the ability to do something without ASU pushing me. We built filtration systems out of local materials with the people. To see those kids drink clean water for the first time, it's the most rewarding feeling that you can ever have. I went to ASU because I wanted to change the world. The thing I never would have expected is how the world would have changed me.
Monsoon season is here, and for over the past 2 days, we've seen a lot of damage.
Storms have left behind bent streetlights, road debris, and knocked over power lines. Our reporter Allison Snell went to Mesa today to see the aftermath of the most recent storm.
With the massive thunderstorm that swept across the valley, Phoenix broke the 119-day streak of no rainfall. But not everyone was excited about the rain. Some were more concerned about the damage the storm was leaving behind.
Close to an inch of rain fell in the Mesa area yesterday afternoon. While some were excited that Arizona broke the dry streak, others were worried about the damage. Rick Fiske lives and works in the Mesa community, and his wife's car was damaged when a tree fell on it. His church was also impacted by the storm.
Everything on the east side of the building was water coming in through all the windings. The pressure is so great that it just blew through all the seals, blew through into the doors, was flooding the front of the main building, flooded the back of the chapel, ripped off some shingles on the chapel. Mainly, though, it ripped down the power poles right here at the front of our church. And the power poles right from Sunland Road on Ellsworth to Corabell are all snapped off. And they're snapped off anywhere from waist high to in the ground and laying on other people's property. So quite a strong storm.
Hundreds of customers were affected by outages in Metro Phoenix. Today, SRP closed part of the road to begin pulling the power lines out of the cacti, out of people's yards, and putting them back up and running where they belong.
At midnight last night, we couldn't stay in our home any longer. It was just so hot and sweltering with no air movement. We had to stay at a DoubleTree, get a little bit of air conditioning, get about 4 hours of sleep, and come back and start picking up the pieces.
After the monsoon that swept across the valley yesterday, residents in Mesa are spending their day cleaning up the roads and getting rid of debris.
Today is cleanup. It's mopping up, it's assessing damage, finding out what's happening on the roof, seeing if we can seal our windows better, waiting for power to come back on.
ADOT says the pumps along the freeway are working just as they're supposed to, keeping the freeways dry and safe during the monsoons. In downtown Phoenix, Allison Snell, Cronkite News.
Tomorrow morning, fire restrictions will be lifted in Coconino and Kaibab counties. This move applies to land south of the Grand Canyon. 7 area closures have affected campgrounds and hurt local businesses. The closures went into place back in May. Everything is reopening thanks to the recent monsoon rains. And rain is needed all across the state.
And storm chances remain in the forecast. Hannah DeRuiter is monitoring the skies for us.
It is currently 95 degrees and slightly cloudy here in Phoenix. Now we do have some slight humidity, but it hasn't been too bad today. And taking a look at our temperatures across the valley, right now we are in the mid-90s with Chandler at our hottest at 97 degrees. Now we haven't seen rain yet today, but we were just issued a dust advisory, and that is the first sign of a monsoon, so be on the lookout for that. But as of right now, we are seeing more rain and slight thunderstorms coming in at around 9 p.m. So if you are out and about, be sure to have an umbrella just in case. Taking a look at our future forecast, we do see more cloud coverage and more rain throughout Arizona for the next couple of days, which is good because that means less sun. Tomorrow we are seeing thunderstorms at 100 degrees, and on Thursday we are seeing cloudy skies but only at 101. Friday things do clear up, but only for cloud coverage to come right back Saturday through Tuesday. Now, if you do see a monsoon coming, be sure to stay safe because yesterday's did some damage. For Cronkite Weather, I'm Hannah DeRuiter.
Several research projects have shown that dogs can improve our mental well-being.
Some claim they have a healing power. Coming up on Cronkite News, we introduce to you a dog named Macy and how she's preparing to help people during their most difficult times.
I like working for Cronkite News because it gives us the opportunity to find a different angle on the same stories that every other news outlet is covering across Arizona. As students, we have the opportunity to cover issues in all across the state of Arizona.
It gives me a good chance to sharpen my skills, improve my skills, learn the techniques in a newsroom and in the programs and teamwork and technology, getting me prepared for the real world. And at the same time, I think we do a great job, make some great stories, do great journalism for the city of Phoenix and state of Arizona.
I'm Ted Simons, host and managing editor of Arizona Horizon. Join us each weekday at 5:30 and 10 as we bring you the top newsmakers who impact the state. We cover the stories in depth that shape and affect our local communities, and we take the time to ensure that all voices are equally heard. For more than 30 years, Arizona Horizon has been your voice and your source for what matters most, right here on Arizona PBS.
More bears are venturing into Arizona communities. The Game and Fish Department reports that last month alone, they received over 200 reports of bear activity. In June, the department captured 20 bears. Over a half dozen had to be euthanized. More bears are venturing into Arizona communities. The Game and Fish Department reports that last month alone, they received over 200 reports of bear activity. In June, the department captured 20 bears. Over a half dozen had to be euthanized. The Mesa Police Department has adopted a new puppy that will help victims of crimes. Jordan Daphnis reports on a new therapy canine program.
Macy is the name of the Mesa PD's newest team member. She is the department's very first therapy dog. The English Labrador will work with children and adults, primarily in the Special Victims Unit. The Mesa Police Department says this puppy's main assignments are providing smiles and comfort. The department adopted Macy and will train her to be a therapy dog.
What we're hoping is that down the road, when she's certified, that she'll be able to help with reluctant victims, maybe children who are not comfortable talking about what had happened to them, even adults that are very upset or distraught about what had happened. Sometimes a dog will bring out those things.
Macy is just 16 weeks old and will not be able to interact with victims until she's certified. But her trainer says Macy is on the right track.
Right at 8 weeks, we were already starting sit and down, and she was picking that up. We've gotten to the point that we can go to a stay and get out of the room before she breaks her stay.
Macy hasn't been able to work with victims yet, but Furman says she's already helped comfort some officers who lost family members.
When that happened, I was actually called by another coworker and went over there and just brought the dog, and within about 10-15 minutes of time, there was laughter, there was smiles.
Puppies like this are not just cute and cuddly. They can actually help reduce anxiety, lower blood pressure, and reduce the amount of medications people have to take.
Talk to a dog for a minute, forget about the troubles of everyday life for a moment.
The department says Macy will be certified in therapy as well as emotional support. In the broadcast center, Jordan Daphnis, Cronkite News.
Cronkite News is proud to be the news division of Arizona PBS. Here's what's coming up on Arizona Horizon and PBS NewsHour.
On the next Arizona Horizon, the president selects a Supreme Court nominee, and we'll discuss the latest developments in the fight against colon cancer. That's the next Arizona Horizon.
I'm Judy Woodruff on the next NewsHour, Sex Education. How schools are teaching consent in the midst of the Me Too movement. That's Tuesday on the PBS NewsHour.
That's it for Cronkite News tonight. Thank you for joining us.
For top Arizona stories anytime, go to cronkitenews.azpbs.org.
Support for Arizona PBS comes from viewers like you and from
The Persian Room. Travel to another world, to a land of exotic aromas and period decor for a fine dining experience. The Persian Room in North Scottsdale on Scottsdale Road, 1 light north of Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard. Gourmet exotic cuisine at its best.
On No Passport